Silencing the Mind. A Guide to Ending Internal Dialogue. Written by Vahid Zekavati. Copyright 2024 NLP Radio Inc. Chapter 1. Understanding Internal Dialogue. What is internal dialogue? Internal dialogue, also known as inner monologue or self-talk, refers to the ongoing conversation we have with ourselves in our minds. It is the constant stream of thoughts, ideas, and opinions that fill our heads throughout the day. While internal dialogue is a normal and natural part of being human, it can sometimes become overwhelming, distracting, and even detrimental to our well-being. In today's fast-paced and information-saturated world, our internal dialogue often becomes chaotic and non-stop. We find ourselves constantly analyzing, judging, and criticizing ourselves and others. This incessant chatter can be exhausting and can prevent us from fully engaging with the present moment. Understanding the nature of our internal dialogue is the first step towards silencing our minds. It is essential to recognize that internal dialogue is not inherently bad or negative. It is a tool that our minds use to make sense of the world and navigate through life. However, when our internal dialogue becomes excessive and unproductive, it can hinder our ability to focus, make decisions, and experience peace of mind. To stop our internal dialogue, we must learn to observe and detach from our thoughts. This means becoming aware of our thoughts without getting caught up in them or allowing them to control our emotions and actions. We can cultivate this awareness through mindfulness and meditation practices, which help us develop a sense of mental clarity and stillness. Another effective strategy to silence our internal dialogue is to challenge and question our thoughts. Often, our internal dialogue is filled with repetitive and unhelpful patterns of thinking. By consciously questioning the validity and accuracy of our thoughts, we can begin to break free from negative thought patterns and create a more positive and empowering internal dialogue. Additionally, incorporating activities that promote relaxation and stress reduction into our daily routines can significantly reduce the intensity of our internal dialogue. Engaging in activities such as yoga, deep breathing exercises, or spending time in nature can help calm the mind and create a sense of inner peace. Silencing the mind and ending internal dialogue is a journey that requires patience, practice, and self-compassion. It is important to remember that silencing our minds does not mean eliminating all thoughts. Rather, it is about creating a healthy and balanced relationship with our internal dialogue, allowing us to experience greater clarity, focus, and overall well-being. In conclusion, internal dialogue is the continuous conversation we have with ourselves in our minds. While it is a natural part of being human, it can become overwhelming and disruptive. By developing awareness, questioning our thoughts, and incorporating relaxation techniques, we can quiet our minds and experience greater peace and presence in our lives. The impact of internal dialogue on our lives. Internal dialogue, often referred to as self-talk, is the constant stream of thoughts that run through our minds daily. It is the voice that narrates our experiences, interprets events, and creates a narrative about ourselves and the world around us. While internal dialogue is a natural and essential part of being human, it can also have a profound impact on our lives, shaping our beliefs, emotions, and actions. One of the key insights in understanding the impact of internal dialogue is recognizing that our thoughts are not always accurate reflections of reality. Our internal dialogue is often distorted, biased, and influenced by our past experiences, fears, and insecurities. This can result in a skewed perception of ourselves and the world, leading to negative self-talk, self-doubt, and limiting beliefs. The consequences of negative internal dialogue can be far-reaching. It affects our self-esteem and confidence, as we constantly criticize and judge ourselves. It also impacts our relationships, as our internal dialogue colors our interactions with others, leading to misunderstandings, conflicts, and a lack of connection. Furthermore, our internal dialogue shapes our behavior and choices, as we often act by our thoughts and beliefs. If our internal dialogue is filled with self-doubt and negativity, it can hold us back from reaching our full potential and pursuing our dreams. However, the good news is that we have the power to change our internal dialogue and its impact on our lives. By becoming aware of our thoughts and questioning their validity, we can challenge and reframe negative self-talk. This process involves cultivating mindfulness and self-compassion, as we learn to observe our thoughts without judgment and develop a kinder, more supportive inner voice. Stopping our internal dialogue requires practice and patience. Through mindfulness meditation and other techniques, we can learn to quiet the mind and create periods of silence in our thoughts. This allows us to experience a sense of calm, clarity, and inner peace. It also opens up space for new insights, creativity, and a deeper connection with ourselves and others. In conclusion, our internal dialogue has a profound impact on our lives, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and actions. By recognizing the power of our thoughts and learning to challenge and reframe negative self-talk, we can transform our internal dialogue and create a more positive and empowering narrative. Silencing the mind and cultivating a sense of inner peace is a journey that requires practice and self-compassion, but the rewards are invaluable. By stopping our internal dialogue, we can free ourselves from self-limiting beliefs and live a more fulfilling and authentic life. Recognizing the patterns of internal dialogue. Silencing the mind, a guide to ending internal dialogue. Introduction. In our fast-paced and ever-connected world, it is becoming increasingly challenging to find moments of peace and silence amidst the constant mental chatter. Our minds are often filled with a never-ending internal dialogue that can be overwhelming and exhausting. However, through self-awareness and understanding, it is possible to recognize the patterns of this internal dialogue and ultimately find ways to silence our minds. In this subchapter, we will explore the various patterns of internal dialogue and provide practical tips on how to stop this incessant chatter. 1. The criticizing voice. One of the most common patterns of internal dialogue is the criticizing voice. This voice often berates and judges our actions, creating self-doubt and negativity. Recognizing this pattern is crucial, as it allows us to separate ourselves from the voice and understand that it does not define our worth. By consciously challenging and reframing the critic's statements, we can begin to silence this negative internal dialogue. 2. The worrier. Another prevalent pattern of internal dialogue is the worrier. This voice constantly anticipates potential future problems and fills our minds with anxiety and fear. Identifying this pattern is essential to interrupt the cycle of worry. By practicing mindfulness and focusing on the present moment, we can redirect our thoughts away from the worrisome internal dialogue and bring our attention back to the here and now. 3. The comparer. Many of us tend to compare ourselves to others, which often leads to feelings of inadequacy and self-criticism. Recognizing the comparing voice is crucial in understanding that each individual's journey is unique and incomparable. By cultivating self-compassion and embracing our strengths and weaknesses, we can break free from the cycle of comparison and silence this internal dialogue. 4. The victim. The victim pattern of internal dialogue often manifests as self-pity and a sense of powerlessness. Recognizing this pattern allows us to take responsibility for our actions and reclaim our power. By adopting a growth mindset and focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on problems, we can shift away from the victim mentality and empower ourselves to make positive changes. Conclusion. Silencing our internal dialogue requires self-awareness, patience, and practice. By recognizing the patterns of internal dialogue discussed in this subchapter, we can begin to detach ourselves from the constant mental chatter and find moments of peace and stillness in our lives. Through mindfulness, self-compassion, and a commitment to personal growth, we can gradually silence the mind and experience a greater sense of inner calm and clarity. Remember, it is within our power to take control of our internal dialogue and create a more peaceful and harmonious inner world. Chapter 2. The Power of Silence. Embracing silence as a tool. In our modern, fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with external stimuli and internal chatter. Our minds are filled with a never-ending stream of thoughts, worries, and judgments, creating a constant internal dialogue that can be overwhelming and exhausting. But what if there was a way to silence this incessant chatter and find peace within ourselves? This subchapter explores the power of embracing silence as a tool to stop our internal dialogue and discover a deeper sense of calm and clarity. Silence is often misunderstood and underrated in our society. We tend to associate silence with emptiness or awkwardness, fearing the absence of noise and distractions. However, silence is not a void to be filled, but rather a gateway to self-discovery and inner transformation. By consciously embracing silence, we can learn to quiet our minds and cultivate a profound stillness that allows us to access our true essence. One of the first steps to embracing silence as a tool is to create space for it in our daily lives. We live in a world that glorifies busyness and constant stimulation, leaving little room for quiet contemplation. By intentionally carving out moments of silence, whether it be through meditation, mindful walks in nature, or simply sitting in stillness, we allow ourselves to slow down and reconnect with our inner selves. As we begin to incorporate silence into our lives, we may notice resistance from our minds. Our internal dialogue may become louder initially, as if trying to fill the void left by silence. It is crucial to remember that this is a normal part of the process. Instead of being discouraged, we can view these thoughts as clouds passing by, observing them without attaching any significance or judgment. By maintaining a detached awareness, we can gradually detach from our thoughts and create space for silence to emerge. Embracing silence as a tool also involves cultivating a non-judgmental attitude toward our internal dialogue. Rather than viewing our thoughts as good or bad, we can learn to observe them with curiosity and compassion. By acknowledging that our thoughts are not a reflection of who we truly are, but rather a product of conditioning and external influences, we can begin to break free from their grip and find freedom in silence. In conclusion, embracing silence as a tool is a powerful way to stop our internal dialogue and find inner peace. By creating space for silence, observing our thoughts with detachment, and cultivating a non-judgmental attitude, we can tap into the transformative potential of silence. Through this journey, we can discover a deeper connection to ourselves and the present moment, allowing us to live more authentically and fully. So, let us embrace silence as a tool and embark on a path of self-discovery and profound stillness. Cultivating silence in daily life. Introduction. In our modern, fast-paced world, it seems that silence has become an elusive and rare commodity. Our minds are constantly bombarded with external stimuli, and our internal dialogue never seems to cease. This incessant chatter can be exhausting and detrimental to our overall well-being. However, by consciously cultivating silence in our daily lives, we can find a sense of peace and clarity that is often lacking. In this subchapter, we will explore practical strategies and techniques to help you silence your mind and put an end to the never-ending internal dialogue. 1. Embracing solitude. One of the first steps in cultivating silence is to embrace solitude. Find moments in your day where you can be alone with your thoughts, away from distractions. Whether it's waking up early in the morning or taking a peaceful walk in nature, these moments of solitude allow you to reconnect with yourself and find inner stillness. 2. Mindful breathing. Conscious, deep breathing is a powerful tool to quiet the mind. Take a few minutes each day to focus solely on your breath. As you inhale and exhale, let go of any thoughts that arise and simply be present in the moment. This practice not only helps to calm the mind but also brings a heightened sense of awareness and clarity. 3. Creating sacred spaces. Designating a physical space in your home or workplace as a sanctuary of silence can have a profound impact on your internal dialogue. Fill this space with objects that evoke tranquility, such as candles, plants, or calming artwork. Regularly spending time in this sacred space will help train your mind to associate it with stillness and silence. 4. Engaging in mindful activities. Integrate mindfulness into your daily activities to bring a sense of silence to your mind. Whether it's washing dishes, taking a shower, or going for a run, fully engage in the present moment. Notice the sensations, sounds, and movements without judgment or analysis. By immersing yourself in these activities, you can break free from the constant stream of thoughts and experience a deeper sense of peace. Conclusion. Cultivating silence in daily life is a transformative practice that allows us to break free from the grip of our internal dialogue. By embracing solitude, practicing mindful breathing, creating sacred spaces, and engaging in mindful activities, we can gradually silence the mind and experience a profound sense of inner stillness. Remember, it is in the silence that we can hear the whispers of our true selves and find the clarity and peace we seek. So, start incorporating these techniques into your daily routine and witness the transformative power of silence. The benefits of a silent mind. In today's fast-paced and noisy world, finding moments of peace and stillness can be a challenge. Our minds are constantly bombarded with thoughts, worries, and internal chatter, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. However, learning to silence the mind is not only possible but also highly beneficial for our overall well-being. In this subchapter, we will explore the numerous advantages of cultivating a silent mind and how it can help us stop our internal dialogue. One of the primary benefits of a silent mind is increased clarity and focus. When our minds are constantly filled with internal chatter, it becomes difficult to concentrate on the present moment and make sound decisions. However, by quieting the mind, we can experience enhanced mental clarity and improved cognitive abilities. This allows us to approach challenges with a calm and focused mindset, leading to better problem-solving skills and increased productivity. Moreover, a silent mind can promote emotional stability and reduce stress. Our internal dialogue often consists of self-critical thoughts, worries about the future, or replaying past events. This constant mental noise contributes to anxiety, stress, and even depression. By silencing the mind, we can break free from these negative thought patterns and experience a greater sense of peace and emotional balance. This, in turn, leads to improved mental and physical health. Silencing the mind also opens the door to self-discovery and personal growth. When our minds are constantly filled with chatter, we miss out on the opportunity to connect with our inner selves and listen to our intuition. By quieting the mind, we can tap into our inner wisdom and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. This allows us to make choices that align with our true desires and values, leading to a more fulfilling and authentic life. Furthermore, a silent mind fosters better relationships and communication. When we are fully present and attentive, we can truly listen to others and understand their perspectives. By silencing our internal dialogue, we can become more empathetic and compassionate individuals, leading to improved relationships and effective communication. In conclusion, the benefits of silencing the mind are vast and encompass all aspects of our lives. From improved mental clarity and emotional stability to personal growth and enhanced relationships, a silent mind can truly transform our well-being. By practicing mindfulness, meditation, and other techniques, we can learn to quiet our internal dialogue and reap the rewards of a peaceful and focused mind. Chapter 3. The Origins of Internal Dialogue. Exploring the roots of internal dialogue. Internal dialogue, also known as self-talk or inner chatter, is a constant companion to our thoughts and actions. It is the ongoing conversation that takes place within our minds, often without us even realizing it. This internal dialogue can be both helpful and harmful, depending on its content and impact on our well-being. To understand how to stop our internal dialogue, it is essential to explore its roots and origins. The roots of internal dialogue can be traced back to various sources, including our upbringing, cultural influences, and personal experiences. One significant source of internal dialogue is our childhood experiences and the way we were raised. The messages we receive from our parents, teachers, and other authority figures shape our inner voice. If we were constantly criticized or made to feel inadequate, our internal dialogue may be filled with self-doubt and negativity. On the other hand, if we were encouraged and supported, our internal dialogue may be more positive and empowering. Cultural influences also play a role in shaping our internal dialogue. Society often imposes certain standards and expectations upon us, leading to a constant internal struggle to meet these ideals. For example, media portrayals of beauty and success can fuel feelings of inadequacy and create a negative internal dialogue centered around comparison and self-criticism. Personal experiences, both positive and negative, leave lasting imprints on our internal dialogue. Traumatic events, failures, or rejections can lead to a persistent negative inner voice that constantly reminds us of past pain or shortcomings. Conversely, positive experiences and achievements can contribute to a more optimistic and encouraging internal dialogue. Understanding the roots of our internal dialogue is the first step towards silencing the mind and ending its incessant chatter. By recognizing the sources of our inner dialogue, we can begin to challenge and reframe the negative or unhelpful thoughts that arise. In the upcoming chapters of Silencing the Mind, a guide to ending internal dialogue, we will delve deeper into practical strategies and techniques to stop our internal dialogue. These methods will include mindfulness practices, cognitive restructuring, and self-compassion exercises that can help us rewire our internal dialogue for a more positive and peaceful mindset. Remember, changing our internal dialogue is a process that requires patience and commitment. By exploring its roots and understanding its origins, we can take the necessary steps towards freeing ourselves from the grip of negative self-talk and cultivating a more positive and empowering internal dialogue. The role of society and culture. In the quest to silence our restless minds and find inner peace, it is crucial to acknowledge the significant role that society and culture play. Our thoughts, beliefs, and internal dialogue are greatly shaped by the environment we grow up in and the society we live in. Understanding this connection is an essential step towards effectively silencing the mind. Society and culture provide us with a framework for understanding the world around us. From a young age, we are exposed to a plethora of ideas, values, and norms that shape our perception of reality. These societal influences often become deeply ingrained in our psyche, forming the basis of our internal dialogue. For example, if we grow up in a society that prioritizes material wealth and success, our minds may be constantly preoccupied with thoughts of achievement and accumulation. Furthermore, society and culture also dictate the language we use to communicate and express ourselves. Language is a powerful tool that shapes our thoughts and internal dialogue. The words we use and the concepts we are familiar with heavily influence the way we perceive and interpret our experiences. For instance, cultures that have a strong emphasis on individualism may encourage an internal dialogue centered around personal success and self-interest, while collectivist cultures may foster a more community-oriented internal dialogue. However, it is important to recognize that society and culture are not the sole determinants of our internal dialogue. While they provide a foundation, we also have the power to challenge and reshape these external influences. Cultivating self-awareness is key to understanding how societal and cultural conditioning impacts our thoughts. Through self-reflection, we can identify the beliefs and values that have been imposed upon us, and consciously choose whether to accept or reject them. To silence the mind, it is crucial to challenge societal and cultural narratives that perpetuate negative thought patterns. This can be achieved through mindfulness practices, such as meditation and self-inquiry. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we can begin to unravel the layers of conditioning that contribute to our internal dialogue. Through this process, we can gradually detach ourselves from societal expectations and cultivate a more authentic and peaceful state of mind. Ultimately, the role of society and culture in shaping our internal dialogue cannot be underestimated. Recognizing and understanding this influence is a crucial step toward silencing the mind. By actively challenging societal conditioning and cultivating self-awareness, we can break free from the constraints of external influences and create a more harmonious internal dialogue. Childhood experiences and internal dialogue. Our childhood experiences play a vital role in shaping who we are as individuals, including the way we engage in internal dialogue. Internal dialogue refers to the constant stream of thoughts, beliefs, and self-talk that runs through our minds, often without our conscious awareness. For many of us, this internal chatter can become overwhelming, leading to stress, anxiety, and a sense of being disconnected from ourselves and the present moment. In this subchapter, we will explore how childhood experiences contribute to the development of our internal dialogue and provide practical strategies to help silence the mind and cultivate a more peaceful state of being. During our formative years, we absorb information from our environment like sponges, and this includes the messages we receive from caregivers, family members, and society. Whether positive or negative, these experiences shape the way we perceive ourselves and the world around us. If we were raised in an environment where criticism and self-doubt were prevalent, we may develop an internal dialogue that is self-deprecating and judgmental. On the other hand, if we were nurtured and encouraged, our internal dialogue may be more compassionate and supportive. Understanding the connection between childhood experiences and internal dialogue is the first step towards silencing the mind. By recognizing and acknowledging the root causes of our internal chatter, we can begin to challenge and reframe the negative beliefs and thought patterns that no longer serve us. In this subchapter, you will learn various techniques to stop and reframe your internal dialogue. These techniques include mindfulness practices, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, which can help you become more aware of your thoughts and detach from them. Additionally, we will explore the power of affirmations and positive self-talk, as well as the importance of practicing self-compassion and forgiveness. By consciously shifting our internal dialogue, we can transform our relationship with ourselves and the world. We can cultivate a more peaceful and loving mindset, free from the burdens of self-judgment and negative self-talk. Through these practices, we can learn to silence the mind and embrace a state of inner calm and clarity. Join us in this subchapter as we delve deeper into the connection between childhood experiences and internal dialogue, and embark on a journey towards silencing the mind and finding inner peace. Chapter 4. The Dangers of Internal Dialogue. Negative effects on mental and emotional well-being. In our modern world, where constant distractions and information overload have become the norm, it's no wonder that many of us struggle with our internal dialogue. This incessant chatter in our minds can have a profound impact on our mental and emotional well-being, often leading to negative consequences. One of the primary negative effects of an overactive internal dialogue is increased stress and anxiety levels. When our minds are constantly racing with thoughts, worries, and judgments, it becomes difficult to find peace and calmness. This constant mental noise can cause our stress levels to skyrocket, leading to a variety of physical and mental health issues. Moreover, the continuous internal dialogue can greatly affect our ability to focus and concentrate. When our minds are preoccupied with incessant thoughts, it becomes challenging to pay attention to the present moment. This lack of focus not only affects our productivity but can also hinder our ability to fully engage in relationships and enjoy life's simple pleasures. Our internal dialogue also has a significant impact on our self-esteem and self-worth. The constant stream of negative self-talk and self-criticism can erode our confidence and make us doubt our abilities. This negative self-perception can lead to feelings of unworthiness and contribute to mental health issues such as depression and low self-esteem. Additionally, an overactive internal dialogue can disrupt our sleep patterns, leading to insomnia and sleep deprivation. When our minds are constantly engaged in thought, it becomes difficult to relax and unwind, preventing us from achieving a restful night's sleep. Sleep deprivation, in turn, can exacerbate existing mental health conditions and impair cognitive function. Finally, the incessant internal dialogue can hinder our ability to make decisions and take action. When our minds are filled with doubt, indecision, and conflicting thoughts, it becomes challenging to trust our intuition and make choices confidently. This can lead to a sense of stagnation and hinder personal growth and development. Recognizing the negative effects of an overactive internal dialogue is the first step towards silencing the mind and improving our mental and emotional well-being. By understanding how this internal chatter impacts us, we can begin to explore various techniques and practices to quiet the noise and cultivate inner peace. Impacts on decision-making and problem-solving. The internal dialogue that constantly runs in our minds can have a significant impact on our decision-making and problem-solving abilities. Learning how to silence this incessant chatter can greatly enhance our cognitive processes and lead to more effective and efficient solutions. This subchapter aims to explore the various ways in which our internal dialogue affects decision-making and problem-solving, and how we can overcome these challenges to achieve a clearer and more focused mindset. One of the primary ways in which internal dialogue hampers decision-making is by causing indecisiveness and doubt. As we engage in a constant inner conversation, we often find ourselves second-guessing our choices and overanalyzing potential outcomes. This can lead to a state of paralysis, where we struggle to make any decisions at all. By learning to quiet the mind and silence the internal dialogue, we can cultivate a sense of clarity and trust in our judgment, enabling us to make decisions with greater confidence and conviction. Additionally, our internal dialogue can also cloud our problem-solving abilities. When our minds are preoccupied with thoughts, worries, and distractions, it becomes challenging to approach problems with a clear and focused mindset. We may find ourselves getting stuck in repetitive thought patterns or unable to think creatively and outside the box. By quieting the mind, we open up space for innovative and insightful solutions to emerge, allowing us to approach problems from a fresh perspective. Moreover, the constant internal dialogue often stems from fear, self-doubt, and negative self-talk. These limiting beliefs can severely hinder our ability to think critically and solve problems effectively. By addressing and challenging these negative thought patterns, we can free ourselves from their influence and cultivate a more positive and empowering mindset. This shift in perspective can greatly enhance our problem-solving skills and enable us to approach challenges with a renewed sense of optimism and resilience. In conclusion, the impacts of our internal dialogue on decision-making and problem-solving are significant. By recognizing how this constant chatter hampers our cognitive processes, we can take steps toward silencing the mind and achieving a more focused and effective mindset. Through practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection, we can learn to quiet the internal dialogue, allowing us to make decisions with greater confidence and approach problems with clarity and creativity. Silencing the mind is not only a means to stop our internal dialogue but also a pathway towards becoming more mindful, intentional, and effective individuals. Relationship challenges caused by internal dialogue. In the realm of human relationships, our internal dialogue can often become a major obstacle. This constant stream of thoughts, judgments, and interpretations can create misunderstandings, generate conflict, and hinder genuine connection with others. If left unchecked, it can damage our relationships, erode trust, and lead to emotional distance. In this subchapter, we will explore the various relationship challenges caused by our internal dialogue and provide strategies to overcome them. One of the primary challenges is that our internal dialogue often distorts our perception of reality. We tend to interpret others' words and actions based on our preconceived notions, assumptions, and past experiences. This can lead to misunderstandings and miscommunication, as we may attribute negative motives or intentions to others when none exist. By silencing our internal dialogue, we can cultivate a more objective and accurate understanding of others, fostering healthier and more harmonious relationships. Another challenge is the tendency to project our insecurities, fears, and unresolved issues onto our partners, friends, or family members. Our internal dialogue can amplify these negative emotions, making us hypersensitive to perceived slights or criticism. By recognizing and addressing our insecurities, we can prevent them from clouding our judgment and sabotaging our relationships. Quieting the mind allows us to approach interactions with a clearer, more compassionate mindset. Moreover, our internal dialogue often creates a constant narrative of judgment and comparison. We may find ourselves constantly evaluating others, comparing them to ourselves or some idealized image. This habit of judgment can create resentment, jealousy, and envy, poisoning our relationships. Learning to silence the mind enables us to embrace acceptance, empathy, and appreciation for others, fostering deeper connections and mutual respect. Finally, our internal dialogue can contribute to emotional reactivity, causing us to react impulsively instead of responding thoughtfully in challenging situations. This reactivity can escalate conflicts, making it difficult to find common ground or resolve disagreements. By cultivating mindfulness and stillness of the mind, we can develop emotional resilience, allowing us to respond with clarity, patience, and understanding. In conclusion, our internal dialogue can significantly impact our relationships, posing various challenges that hinder genuine connection and harmony. Silencing the mind is a powerful tool for overcoming these challenges and cultivating healthier, more fulfilling relationships. By recognizing and addressing the distortions, projections, judgments, and emotional reactivity caused by our internal dialogue, we can create a solid foundation for meaningful and authentic connections with others. Chapter 5. Techniques for quieting the mind. Mindfulness and meditation practices. In our fast-paced and chaotic world, it can often feel like our minds are constantly bombarded with thoughts, worries, and internal dialogue. We find ourselves caught up in a never-ending cycle of rumination and overthinking, unable to find peace and tranquility within ourselves. However, there is a way to break free from this pattern and find solace in the present moment. This subchapter explores the powerful practices of mindfulness and meditation, offering techniques that can help you stop your internal dialogue and find inner stillness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment or attachment to thoughts or emotions. By cultivating a non-reactive and non-judgmental awareness, mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Through mindfulness, we become more attuned to our internal dialogue, recognizing it as mere mental chatter rather than a reflection of reality. This awareness enables us to break free from the grip of our thoughts and redirect our attention to the present moment. Meditation, on the other hand, is a formal practice that involves setting aside time specifically for cultivating mindfulness. By finding a quiet and comfortable space, we can engage in meditation techniques that guide us toward a state of deep relaxation and introspection. Through focused attention on the breath, body sensations, or a specific mantra, meditation helps to quiet the mind and reduce the intensity of our internal dialogue. With regular practice, meditation can enhance our ability to detach from our thoughts, allowing us to find moments of stillness and clarity amidst the chaos. In this subchapter, we will explore various mindfulness and meditation practices that can be integrated into your daily routine. From simple breathing exercises to guided visualizations, these techniques will help you develop a greater sense of self-awareness and control over your internal dialogue. We will also discuss the benefits of incorporating mindfulness and meditation into your life, such as reduced stress, improved focus, and enhanced emotional well-being. By embracing mindfulness and meditation practices, you can learn to silence the mind and find respite from the constant chatter within. Through these techniques, you will discover a newfound sense of peace and tranquility, allowing you to live more fully in the present moment. So, join us on this journey of self-discovery and liberation from internal dialogue, as we explore the transformative power of mindfulness and meditation. Breathing exercises for mental clarity. In our fast-paced and chaotic world, it can be challenging to find moments of peace and clarity amidst the constant chatter of our internal dialogue. However, by incorporating simple yet powerful breathing exercises into our daily routine, we can effectively silence the mind and achieve a state of mental clarity. The connection between our breath and our mental state has long been recognized. Ancient yogis and meditation practitioners have utilized specific breathing techniques to quiet the mind and enhance focus for centuries. These practices, when applied consistently, can have a profound impact on our overall well-being and ability to stop our internal dialogue. One of the most fundamental breathing exercises for mental clarity is known as deep belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. This technique involves taking slow, deep breaths, allowing the breath to expand the belly rather than just the chest. By consciously engaging the diaphragm, we activate the body's relaxation response, calming the nervous system and quieting the mind. To practice deep belly breathing, find a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. Take a deep breath through your nose, allowing your belly to rise as you fill your lungs with air. Then, exhale slowly through your mouth, allowing your belly to fall. Repeat this process for a few minutes, focusing solely on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. With each breath, imagine releasing any distracting thoughts or internal dialogue that may arise. Another effective breathing exercise for mental clarity is alternate nostril breathing. This technique balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain, promoting harmony and reducing mental chatter. Begin by closing your right nostril with your right thumb and inhaling deeply through your left nostril. After a full inhalation, close your left nostril with your ring finger and exhale through your right nostril. Continue this pattern, alternating nostrils with each breath, for several minutes. As you breathe mindfully, visualize the inhalation bringing in clarity and the exhalation releasing any mental clutter. Incorporating these breathing exercises into your daily routine can have a transformative effect on silencing your internal dialogue. With regular practice, you will find yourself more present, focused, and able to navigate life's challenges with a calm and clear mind. Embrace the power of your breath and unlock the path to mental clarity and inner peace. Visualization and guided imagery techniques. In the fast-paced world we live in, our minds are constantly bombarded with thoughts, worries, and internal dialogues. These incessant mental chattering can be overwhelming and disruptive to our overall well-being. However, there are effective techniques that can help us silence the mind and find inner peace. Visualization and guided imagery are powerful tools that can assist us in stopping our internal dialogues and achieving a state of calm. Visualization is the process of creating mental images or scenes in our minds. By actively engaging our imagination, we can redirect our thoughts away from the constant internal chatter. Close your eyes and imagine yourself in a serene natural setting, such as a beach or a peaceful forest. Visualize the details of the scene, the colors, the sounds, and the sensations. Allow yourself to immerse in this mental landscape, letting go of any disruptive thoughts. As you practice this technique regularly, you will notice a gradual reduction in internal dialogues, leading to a greater sense of tranquility and focus. Guided imagery, on the other hand, involves following a pre-recorded audio or a trained professional who guides you through a series of mental images and suggestions. This technique can be particularly helpful for those who find it challenging to silence their internal dialogues on their own. Guided imagery sessions can transport you to different scenarios, such as a peaceful garden or a meandering river. By following the instructions and visualizing these scenarios, you can effectively quiet your mind and experience a deep sense of relaxation. Both visualization and guided imagery techniques require practice and consistency to yield optimal results. As you incorporate these techniques into your daily routine, you will gradually notice a decrease in the frequency and intensity of your internal dialogues. Remember to be patient with yourself, as silencing the mind is a skill that takes time to develop. In addition to visualization and guided imagery, it is essential to create a conducive environment for silencing the mind. Find a quiet and comfortable space where you can practice these techniques without distractions. Establish a regular meditation routine to cultivate a state of mindfulness and present moment awareness. Engage in activities that promote relaxation, such as yoga or deep breathing exercises. By incorporating visualization and guided imagery techniques into your life, you can take control of your internal dialogues and find inner peace. Embrace these practices, and let go of the constant mental chatter that prevents you from fully experiencing the present moment. Silence your mind, and discover the profound benefits of a calm and focused existence. Chapter 6. Overcoming obstacles in silencing the mind. Dealing with persistent thoughts and intrusive ideas. In our fast-paced modern world, it is becoming increasingly challenging to silence the constant chatter of our internal dialogue. The never-ending stream of thoughts, worries, and intrusive ideas can be overwhelming, causing stress, anxiety, and a lack of focus. However, some effective techniques and strategies can help us put an end to this incessant mental noise and find peace within ourselves. 1. Recognize and acknowledge. The first step in dealing with persistent thoughts and intrusive ideas is to become aware of them. Pay attention to the patterns and themes that keep recurring in your mind. By acknowledging their existence, you gain control over them rather than allowing them to control you. 2. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in the moment. By practicing mindfulness techniques such as meditation, breathing exercises, or simply observing your thoughts without judgment, you can create a space between yourself and your internal dialogue. This allows you to become an observer rather than a participant, helping you detach from the constant mental chatter. 3. Challenge your thoughts. Often, our persistent thoughts and intrusive ideas stem from irrational fears or negative beliefs. Take a step back and question the validity of these thoughts. Are they based on facts or simply assumptions? By challenging their accuracy, you can weaken their hold over your mind. 4. Reframe and redirect. When intrusive thoughts arise, reframe them in a more positive or realistic light. Replace negative thoughts with affirmations or redirect your attention to something more productive or enjoyable. This shift in focus prevents the thoughts from taking over and allows you to regain control of your mind. 5. Engage in calming activities. Engaging in activities that promote relaxation and calmness can help quiet the mind. Whether it's practicing yoga, engaging in creative pursuits, or spending time in nature, find what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. 6. Seek support. If persistent thoughts and intrusive ideas continue to disrupt your daily life, consider seeking support from a therapist or counselor. They can provide guidance and techniques specific to your situation, helping you navigate through the challenges of silencing your internal dialogue. Remember, silencing the mind is an ongoing practice that requires patience and persistence. Be gentle with yourself as you embark on this journey and celebrate small victories along the way. With dedication and the right strategies, you can find inner peace amidst the chaos of the world. Handling inner criticism and self-judgment. One of the biggest obstacles in silencing our internal dialogue is dealing with our inner critic and self-judgment. This constant stream of negative thoughts can be overwhelming and rob us of our peace of mind. However, it is essential to recognize that we have the power to take control of these thoughts and shift our perspective. The first step in handling inner criticism and self-judgment is to become aware of these thoughts. Often, they occur automatically and go unnoticed. By consciously paying attention to our internal dialogue, we can begin to identify the patterns of negative self-talk that plague us. It is important to remember that these thoughts do not define us and are often based on irrational fears or past experiences. Once we have identified our inner critic, the next step is to challenge these negative thoughts. We can do this by questioning their validity and examining the evidence behind them. More often than not, we will find that these thoughts are baseless. By challenging them, we can start to chip away at their power over us. Another effective strategy for handling inner criticism and self-judgment is practicing self-compassion. Instead of berating ourselves for our perceived flaws and mistakes, we can choose to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding. We can remind ourselves that everyone makes mistakes, and it is through these experiences that we grow and learn. By cultivating self-compassion, we can create a nurturing environment within ourselves that is conducive to silencing our internal dialogue. Additionally, it is crucial to surround ourselves with a supportive network of friends and loved ones. Having people who believe in us and provide encouragement can help counteract the negative self-talk. They can serve as a reminder of our worth and capabilities when our inner critic becomes too overpowering. Finally, it is important to remember that silencing our internal dialogue is a journey, and it takes time and practice. We must be patient with ourselves and celebrate small victories along the way. Each time we challenge our inner critic and choose self-compassion, we are one step closer to quieting the mind and finding inner peace. In conclusion, handling inner criticism and self-judgment is a vital aspect of silencing our internal dialogue. By becoming aware of our negative thoughts, challenging them, practicing self-compassion, and surrounding ourselves with a supportive network, we can gradually diminish the power of our inner critic. Remember, this is a journey, and with persistence and self-kindness, we can free ourselves from the shackles of self-judgment and embrace a more peaceful and fulfilling existence. Managing emotional triggers and distractions. In our fast-paced and hyper-connected world, it has become increasingly challenging to silence the constant chatter of our internal dialogue. Our minds are often consumed with thoughts, worries, and distractions, preventing us from being fully present in the moment. But fear not, for there are effective strategies to help us manage our emotional triggers and distractions, allowing us to find peace and clarity within. The first step towards silencing our minds is to become aware of our emotional triggers. These triggers are situations, people, or events that evoke strong emotional responses within us. By identifying our triggers, we can better understand the root causes of our internal dialogue and work towards resolving them. Whether it is a fear of failure, a past traumatic experience, or a recurring negative thought pattern, acknowledging and addressing these triggers is crucial in our journey toward inner stillness. Once we have recognized our emotional triggers, it is essential to develop healthy coping mechanisms. Instead of succumbing to the distractions they bring, we can learn to respond more constructively. This may involve practicing mindfulness and grounding techniques, engaging in physical activities like yoga or meditation, or seeking support from a trusted friend or therapist. By nurturing our emotional well-being, we equip ourselves with the necessary tools to manage our triggers and reduce the intensity of our internal dialogue. Furthermore, learning to detach ourselves from external distractions is vital in silencing our minds. The constant barrage of notifications, social media updates, and information overload can easily divert our attention and contribute to our internal dialogue. Setting boundaries and creating designated times for technology usage can help us regain control over our minds. Additionally, engaging in activities that promote focus and concentration, such as reading, writing, or engaging in hobbies, can help redirect our attention away from distractions and towards a more peaceful state of mind. Ultimately, managing emotional triggers and distractions is an ongoing process that requires patience and self-compassion. It is important to remember that silencing the mind is not about completely eradicating our internal dialogue, but rather cultivating a healthier relationship with our thoughts and emotions. By consciously choosing to focus on the present moment and nurturing our emotional well-being, we can gradually reduce the noise within and experience a greater sense of inner peace and clarity. In conclusion, managing emotional triggers and distractions is fundamental in our quest to stop our internal dialogue. By becoming aware of our triggers, developing healthy coping mechanisms, and detaching ourselves from external distractions, we can create a more harmonious relationship with our minds. Remember, silencing the mind is a journey, and by dedicating ourselves to this practice, we can cultivate a state of inner stillness and transform our lives for the better. Chapter 7. Creating a Silent Mindset. Embracing acceptance and letting go. In our fast-paced and increasingly noisy world, silencing the mind and finding inner peace has become more challenging than ever before. Our internal dialogue, the constant stream of thoughts, judgments, and worries, can be overwhelming and exhausting. It can prevent us from truly experiencing the present moment and hinder our personal growth. However, by embracing acceptance and letting go, we can learn to quiet our minds and find serenity within. Acceptance is the first step towards silencing the mind. It involves acknowledging and embracing our thoughts and emotions without judgment. Often, our internal dialogue arises from resistance to what is happening in our lives. We resist change, we resist discomfort, and we resist the natural flow of life. By accepting the present moment as it is, we free ourselves from the need to control and manipulate our surroundings. Acceptance allows us to let go of the struggle and find peace. Letting go is an essential practice in silencing the mind. We must learn to release attachments to our thoughts and emotions, recognizing that they are transient and do not define us. Through letting go, we can detach ourselves from the constant chatter in our minds and create space for stillness and clarity. This process requires us to observe our thoughts without engaging in them, allowing them to pass through our consciousness like clouds drifting across the sky. By embracing acceptance and letting go, we open ourselves up to a deeper level of self-awareness and inner peace. We begin to recognize that our thoughts are not the ultimate truth and that we have the power to choose which thoughts we engage with. This newfound awareness allows us to break free from the cycle of negative thinking and self-doubt that often plagues our internal dialogue. Practicing mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools in the journey of silencing the mind. By bringing our attention to the present moment, we can detach from the constant stream of thoughts and connect with our inner selves. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts without judgment, allowing them to come and go without getting caught up in their stories. Meditation, on the other hand, cultivates a state of deep relaxation and focus, helping us quiet the mind and find inner stillness. In conclusion, embracing acceptance and letting go are essential practices for silencing the mind and finding inner peace. By accepting the present moment and letting go of attachments to our thoughts, we can free ourselves from the constant noise in our minds. Through mindfulness and meditation, we can cultivate a state of inner stillness and connect with our true selves. Let us embark on this journey of self-discovery and experience the profound transformation that comes from silencing the mind. Developing self-compassion and kindness. In the pursuit of silencing our internal dialogue, it is crucial to cultivate self-compassion and kindness towards ourselves. Often, the constant chatter in our minds arises from a place of self-judgment, criticism, and negative self-talk. By learning to be kind and compassionate towards ourselves, we can begin to soothe the incessant noise and find peace within. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same warmth, understanding, and support that we would offer to a close friend or loved one. It is about acknowledging our suffering and extending compassion to ourselves in times of difficulty or pain. Instead of berating ourselves for our perceived shortcomings, self-compassion allows us to embrace our flaws and imperfections with kindness and understanding. To develop self-compassion, it is essential to cultivate self-awareness. Take the time to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment or criticism. Notice the moments when your internal dialogue becomes harsh or critical, and consciously choose to respond with kindness instead. Remind yourself that it is okay to make mistakes, to struggle, and to be imperfect. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would extend to someone else in a similar situation. Practicing self-compassion also involves being mindful of our own needs and taking care of ourselves. Just as we would prioritize the well-being of a loved one, we must prioritize our self-care. This can include engaging in activities that bring us joy, setting boundaries to protect our time and energy, and practicing self-care rituals such as meditation, exercise, or journaling. In addition to self-compassion, cultivating kindness towards others can also help in silencing our internal dialogue. When we shift our focus from our worries and judgments to acts of kindness towards others, our minds become less preoccupied with self-criticism. Engaging in acts of kindness, such as helping a friend in need or volunteering for a cause we believe in, not only benefits others but also brings about a sense of fulfillment and contentment within ourselves. Developing self-compassion and kindness is an ongoing practice. It requires patience, self-reflection, and a willingness to challenge the negative patterns of our internal dialogue. By embracing our humanity and extending compassion to ourselves and others, we can begin to quiet the noise in our minds and find a sense of peace and contentment. Cultivating gratitude and positive thinking. In our fast-paced, modern world, it is easy to get caught up in the constant chatter of our internal dialogue. Our minds are constantly bombarded with thoughts, worries, and self-criticisms, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and disconnected from the present moment. However, there is a way to silence this internal dialogue and find peace within ourselves, by cultivating gratitude and positive thinking. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can transform our lives. When we focus on the things we are grateful for, we shift our attention away from the negative aspects of our lives and toward the positive. This simple practice can have a profound impact on our well-being and mental health. By actively acknowledging and appreciating the good in our lives, we train our minds to focus on the positive, creating a ripple effect of positivity in all aspects of our lives. To cultivate gratitude, it is important to make it a daily practice. Set aside a few moments each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. It can be as simple as the sunshine streaming through your window or the laughter of a loved one. By consciously acknowledging and expressing gratitude for these moments, you invite more of them into your life. Positive thinking goes hand in hand with gratitude. By consciously choosing to focus on positive thoughts and beliefs, we can reprogram our minds to be more optimistic and resilient. This does not mean ignoring or denying the challenges we face, but rather choosing to approach them with a positive mindset. By reframing negative situations and focusing on the lessons and opportunities they present, we can overcome obstacles and grow stronger. To cultivate positive thinking, it is important to become aware of the thoughts and beliefs that are holding us back. Notice when negative thoughts arise and challenge them with positive affirmations. Surround yourself with positive influences, such as uplifting books, inspiring music, and supportive friends. By actively seeking out positivity, you create an environment that nurtures and supports your journey towards silencing the mind. In conclusion, Cultivating gratitude and positive thinking is a powerful way to stop our internal dialogue and find peace within ourselves. By focusing on the things we are grateful for and choosing to think positively, we can transform our lives and create a more fulfilling and joyful existence. So, start today, and watch as your internal dialogue fades into the background, allowing you to fully embrace the present moment and live a life of gratitude and positivity. Chapter 8. Integrating silence into daily life. Applying silence in communication and relationships. In the fast-paced world we live in, our minds are constantly bombarded with thoughts, ideas, and internal dialogue. This constant chatter can be overwhelming and exhausting, leading to stress, anxiety, and a disconnect from ourselves and those around us. If you have ever wondered how to stop this internal dialogue and find peace within yourself, this subchapter on applying silence in communication and relationships will provide you with valuable insights and practical tips. Silence is a powerful tool that often goes unnoticed in our daily lives. It can create a space for deep reflection, understanding, and connection. When we learn to apply silence in our communication and relationships, we open the door to more meaningful interactions and a greater sense of harmony within ourselves. In communication, silence can be a valuable pause that allows us to truly listen and understand others. Instead of constantly formulating our next response in our minds, practicing silence enables us to be fully present in the conversation. By giving our undivided attention and allowing moments of silence, we create a safe space for others to express themselves authentically. This not only strengthens our relationships but also fosters a deeper level of understanding and empathy. Silence also plays a crucial role in our internal conversations and self-reflection. By intentionally creating moments of silence, we can observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. This practice allows us to gain insight into our patterns, fears, and desires. As we become more aware of our internal dialogue, we can start to challenge and shift the negative or unhelpful thoughts, leading to a more positive and peaceful mindset. Applying silence in communication and relationships requires practice and intentionality. It is not about avoiding conversations or shutting ourselves off from the world, but rather about creating space for silence to be present. This can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths before responding to someone, consciously listening without interrupting, or setting aside dedicated time for introspection and self-reflection. By incorporating silence into our communication and relationships, we can cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves and those around us. The practice of silencing the mind goes beyond just stopping the internal dialogue. It is about creating a mindful and present way of being. So, take a moment to embrace the power of silence and experience the transformative effects it can have on your life. Incorporating silence in work and productivity. In our modern world, which is constantly buzzing with noise and distractions, finding moments of silence can be a challenge. However, incorporating silence into our work and productivity is crucial for our mental well-being and overall effectiveness. In this subchapter, we will explore the importance of silencing our internal dialogue and provide practical tips on how to bring more moments of stillness into our daily lives. Silencing the Mind, a guide to ending internal dialogue, emphasizes the power of silence in enhancing our productivity and reducing stress. Our internal dialogue, the constant chatter of thoughts in our minds, can be overwhelming and hinder our ability to focus and be present in the tasks at hand. By incorporating moments of silence, we can create space for clarity and creativity to blossom. One effective way to incorporate silence into our work is through mindful meditation. Taking a few minutes each day to sit in silence and observe our thoughts without judgment can help us become more aware of our internal dialogue. This practice allows us to detach from our thoughts and gain a deeper understanding of our mental patterns. As a result, we become better equipped to let go of unnecessary thoughts and worries, enabling us to focus on the tasks that require our attention. Another powerful technique to incorporate silence into work is through the practice of deep breathing exercises. By consciously taking slow, deep breaths, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps induce a state of calm and relaxation. This technique can be especially beneficial during moments of stress or overwhelm when our internal dialogue tends to become louder. By focusing on our breath, we can quiet our minds and regain a sense of clarity and composure. Creating a physical environment that supports silence is also essential in enhancing our productivity. Minimizing external noise distractions, such as turning off notifications and finding a quiet space to work, can significantly reduce the impact of external stimuli on our internal dialogue. Additionally, incorporating elements of nature, such as plants or natural light, can help create a soothing and peaceful atmosphere conducive to silence and focus. Incorporating silence into our work and productivity is not only about achieving external success but also about nurturing our inner well-being. By consciously choosing moments of silence, we can cultivate a sense of calm and presence, leading to increased productivity, creativity, and overall satisfaction in both our personal and professional lives. So, let us embrace the power of silence and discover the transformative effects it can have on our internal dialogue and well-being. Nurturing silence in leisure and recreation. In today's fast-paced and noisy world, finding moments of peace can be a challenge. Our minds are constantly bombarded with internal dialogue, a never-ending stream of thoughts that can often lead to stress, anxiety, and a lack of focus. However, by nurturing silence in our leisure and recreation activities, we can find a much-needed respite from the noise and create a more peaceful and balanced life. Leisure and recreation are essential aspects of our lives, providing opportunities for relaxation, rejuvenation, and personal growth. Unfortunately, many of our leisure activities, such as scrolling through social media, watching television, or engaging in mindless entertainment, only serve to reinforce our internal dialogue. They distract us from the present moment, preventing us from truly experiencing the benefits of silence. To stop our internal dialogue and cultivate silence in our leisure and recreation, we must consciously choose activities that promote stillness and introspection. Engaging in mindful practices such as meditation, yoga, or Tai Chi can be incredibly effective in quieting the mind and bringing us into the present moment. These activities allow us to observe our thoughts without judgment and gradually detach from our internal dialogue. Nature can also be a powerful tool in nurturing silence. Spending time outdoors, whether it's taking a walk in the park, hiking in the mountains, or simply sitting by a serene lake, allows us to connect with the natural world and find solace in its quietude. The sights, sounds, and smells of nature can help us shift our focus away from our thoughts and into the present moment. Additionally, engaging in creative pursuits can be a great way to silence the mind. Whether it's painting, writing, playing a musical instrument, or even cooking, these activities require us to be fully present and immerse ourselves in the process. As we become absorbed in the creative flow, our internal dialogue naturally subsides, allowing us to experience moments of pure silence. By intentionally incorporating these practices into our leisure and recreation, we can gradually train our minds to embrace silence and let go of incessant internal chatter. Over time, we will find that the benefits extend beyond these activities and permeate all aspects of our lives. We will become more present, focused, and peaceful, enabling us to navigate the challenges of everyday life with greater ease and clarity. In conclusion, nurturing silence in our leisure and recreation is crucial for silencing our internal dialogue. By choosing activities that promote stillness, connecting with nature, and engaging in creative pursuits, we can create moments of silence in our lives. Embracing silence allows us to find inner peace, reduce stress, and cultivate a deeper sense of well-being. So, let us commit to nurturing silence in our leisure and recreation, and experience the profound benefits it brings to our minds, bodies, and souls. Chapter 9. Sustaining a Silent Mind. Building resilience against internal dialogue. Internal dialogue, also known as self-talk, is the constant stream of thoughts, beliefs, and judgments that occupy our minds daily. It can be helpful at times, guiding our decision-making and problem-solving processes. However, more often than not, internal dialogue becomes a source of stress, anxiety, and self-doubt. It can hinder our ability to focus, make us feel overwhelmed, and even contribute to mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. If you find yourself struggling with excessive internal dialogue and wish to silence your mind, building resilience against it is crucial. Here are some strategies to help you on your journey of ending internal dialogue and finding peace within. 1. Awareness. The first step in building resilience against internal dialogue is to become aware of it. Notice when your thoughts start to spiral, and consciously bring your attention back to the present moment. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, can greatly assist in developing this awareness. 2. Reframe negative thoughts. Internal dialogue often consists of negative self-talk and self-criticism. Challenge these thoughts by reframing them in a more positive and compassionate light. Replace self-defeating statements with affirmations and reminders of your strengths and accomplishments. 3. Practice self-compassion. It's essential to be kind and gentle with yourself during this process. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend. Understand that everyone has inner dialogue, and it's a normal part of being human. Embrace self-compassion and let go of the need for perfection. 4. Mindful distractions. Engaging in activities that divert your attention away from internal dialogue can be beneficial. Find hobbies or exercises that allow you to fully immerse yourself in the present moment, such as painting, dancing, or going for a nature walk. This will help break the cycle of overthinking and promote a sense of calm. 5. Seek support. Ending internal dialogue can be challenging, and seeking support from loved ones, therapists, or support groups can provide invaluable guidance and encouragement. Sharing your experiences and learning from others who have faced similar struggles can be empowering. Remember, building resilience against internal dialogue is a journey, and it takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. Embrace the power of stillness and silence, and gradually you will find that the volume of your internal dialogue decreases, allowing you to experience a greater sense of peace and clarity in your life. Maintaining consistency in silence practices. In the quest to silence the mind and put an end to the incessant chatter of our internal dialogue, consistency is key. Just like any other practice, achieving mastery over silence requires dedication, commitment, and regularity. In this subchapter, we will explore the importance of maintaining consistency in silence practices and provide useful tips to help you along your journey of silencing the mind. First and foremost, it is crucial to understand that silencing the mind is not a one-time event or a quick fix. It is a continuous process that requires consistent effort. Just as our thoughts arise consistently throughout the day, so must our practice of silence be consistent. By committing to regular silence practices, we create a space within ourselves to observe and detach from our thoughts, cultivating a state of inner peace. One effective way to maintain consistency in silence practices is by establishing a daily routine. Set aside a specific time each day dedicated solely to silence. It could be early morning, before the hustle and bustle of the day begins, or in the tranquil moments before sleep. By making silence a non-negotiable part of your daily routine, you create a habit that becomes easier to maintain over time. Additionally, finding a serene and distraction-free environment can greatly enhance your ability to maintain consistency in silence practices. Choose a quiet room, a peaceful corner in nature, or any space where you can retreat from external disturbances. Creating this sacred space will help you focus and deepen your connection with inner stillness. Furthermore, it is essential to be patient and gentle with yourself throughout this process. Silencing the mind is not an overnight achievement. It requires patience, perseverance, and self-compassion. There will be days when your thoughts seem louder than ever, and that's okay. Embrace these moments as opportunities for growth and continue to show up for your silence practice consistently. In conclusion, maintaining consistency in silence practices is essential for silencing the mind and ending our internal dialogue. By establishing a daily routine, finding a peaceful environment, and cultivating patience with ourselves, we can gradually strengthen our ability to observe and detach from our thoughts. Remember, silencing the mind is a journey, and consistency is the compass that will guide us towards a state of inner peace. Finding support and accountability. In the journey of silencing our minds and putting an end to the constant internal dialogue that plagues us, it is crucial to find support and accountability. This subchapter explores the various ways in which we can seek assistance in our quest to stop the incessant chatter within. One of the most effective ways to find support is through connecting with like-minded individuals who are also on a similar path. Joining support groups or online communities dedicated to the topic of silencing the mind can provide a safe space to share experiences, seek advice, and find encouragement from others who understand the challenges we face. These communities offer a network of support, enabling us to feel less alone in our journey and providing a wealth of knowledge and insights from those who have already made significant progress in quieting their internal dialogue. Seeking out mentors or coaches who specialize in mindfulness and meditation can also be immensely helpful. These individuals possess the expertise and experience to guide us through the process and help us develop effective techniques and strategies for silencing the mind. Working with a mentor or coach provides personalized support tailored to our specific needs, allowing us to progress more rapidly and overcome any obstacles that may arise along the way. Additionally, creating a system of accountability can greatly enhance our progress. This can be achieved by partnering with a trusted friend or family member who shares our goal of silencing the mind. By regularly checking in with this accountability partner, we can stay motivated, track our progress, and hold each other responsible for maintaining consistent practice. Sharing our successes, challenges, and insights with someone who understands our journey can provide a sense of validation and encouragement, reinforcing our commitment to stop the internal dialogue. Finally, exploring various resources such as books, podcasts, and online courses dedicated to mindfulness and meditation can further support our efforts. These resources offer valuable guidance, techniques, and exercises to deepen our understanding and practice. By immersing ourselves in these materials, we can gain new perspectives, learn from experts, and find inspiration to continue our journey towards a quieter mind. In conclusion, finding support and accountability is crucial in our pursuit of silencing the mind. By connecting with like-minded individuals, seeking guidance from mentors or coaches, establishing accountability partnerships, and exploring relevant resources, we can create a strong foundation for success. Remember, we are not alone in our desire to stop the internal dialogue, and with the right support, we can achieve a quieter, more peaceful mind. Chapter 10. Embracing the Transformation. Celebrating the benefits of a silent mind. Introduction. In our modern, fast-paced world, the mind is often filled with an incessant internal dialogue that can be overwhelming and exhausting. This constant chatter prevents us from fully experiencing the present moment and can hinder our personal growth and happiness. However, by cultivating a silent mind, we can tap into a wealth of benefits that can transform our lives for the better. In this subchapter, we will explore the various advantages of silencing the mind and provide practical tips on how to achieve this state of tranquility. 1. Enhanced clarity and focus. When the mind is free from incessant thoughts, it becomes sharper and more focused. With a silent mind, we can concentrate on the task at hand, whether it's completing a project, engaging in a meaningful conversation, or immersing ourselves in a hobby. By eliminating distractions caused by internal dialogue, we unlock our full potential and improve our productivity. 2. Heightened awareness. A silent mind allows us to be fully present and aware of our surroundings. We become more attuned to the beauty of nature, the sensations of our bodies, and the subtle nuances of our interactions with others. This heightened awareness leads to a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us, fostering a sense of peace and contentment. 3. Stress reduction. The constant chatter of the mind often fuels stress, anxiety, and even depression. However, by silencing the mind, we can break free from this cycle of negative thoughts and emotions. A silent mind provides respite from the daily pressures of life, allowing us to approach challenges with a calm and clear perspective. As a result, our stress levels decrease, and we experience an overall improvement in our well-being. 4. Increased creativity. A silent mind provides fertile ground for creativity to flourish. When we silence the internal dialogue, we create space for new ideas and innovative solutions to emerge. By tapping into our inner creative potential, we can unlock fresh perspectives and find inspiration in unexpected places. Conclusion. Silencing the mind is a transformative practice that holds immense potential for personal growth and happiness. By embracing the benefits of a silent mind, we can enhance our clarity and focus, heighten our awareness, reduce stress, and unleash our creativity. Through the implementation of practical techniques and a commitment to self-discovery, we can cultivate a silent mind and experience the profound joy that accompanies it. So, let us embark on this journey together and discover the peace and abundance that awaits us beyond the internal dialogue. Embracing continued growth and development. In our quest to silence the mind and end internal dialogue, it is crucial to understand the importance of embracing continued growth and development. While it may seem counterintuitive, progress in this journey is not achieved by completely shutting down our thoughts, but rather by shifting our perspective and engaging in practices that foster personal growth. To stop our internal dialogue, we must recognize that it is a product of our incessant need for control and constant analysis of our experiences. It is a manifestation of our fears, doubts, and insecurities. However, by acknowledging this truth, we can begin to free ourselves from the grip of our thoughts. Embracing continued growth and development requires us to cultivate self-awareness. This means observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. By becoming aware of our internal dialogue, we can detach ourselves from it and learn to let go of the need to analyze and control every aspect of our lives. This detachment allows us to create space for growth and transformation. One powerful tool for growth and development is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to be fully present in the moment, observing our thoughts and emotions as they arise, without getting entangled in them. Through regular mindfulness practice, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and silence, gradually reducing the power of our internal dialogue. Additionally, embracing continued growth and development involves exploring new perspectives and challenging our existing beliefs. It requires us to be open-minded, willing to learn and unlearn. By exposing ourselves to diverse ideas and experiences, we expand our understanding of the world and ourselves. This expansion helps us break free from the limitations imposed by our internal dialogue. Furthermore, seeking guidance and support from others who have embarked on a similar journey can greatly enhance our growth and development. Joining mindfulness or meditation groups, attending workshops, or seeking therapy can provide valuable insights and tools for quieting the mind. Sharing our experiences with like-minded individuals fosters a sense of community and encourages mutual growth. In conclusion, embracing continued growth and development is crucial in our quest to silence the mind and end internal dialogue. By cultivating self-awareness, practicing mindfulness, exploring new perspectives, and seeking support from others, we create the conditions for personal transformation and inner silence. Remember, this journey is not about eradicating thoughts entirely, but about shifting our relationship with them. Embrace growth, embrace change, and embrace the ever-expanding silence within. Inspiring others to silence their minds. Introduction. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, finding inner peace and tranquility has become a rare commodity. The internal dialogue that constantly runs through our minds can be overwhelming, preventing us from fully experiencing the present moment. However, by learning to silence our minds, we can unlock a world of serenity and self-discovery. This subchapter aims to inspire and guide those seeking to stop their internal dialogue, helping them find stillness within. 1. Understanding the power of silence. Silencing the mind is not about eradicating thoughts altogether, it is about finding a balance between our thoughts and the space between them. When we learn to embrace silence, we tap into a wellspring of clarity and creativity. By understanding the power of silence, we can inspire ourselves to embark on this transformative journey. 2. Cultivating mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being fully present in the moment. By cultivating mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts without judgment or attachment. This practice helps us detach from the incessant chatter of our minds and opens the door to a more peaceful existence. Through practical exercises and techniques, we can inspire others to embark on a path of mindfulness and self-awareness. 3. The power of meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool for silencing the mind and connecting with our inner selves. By encouraging others to embrace meditation and guiding them through different techniques, we can help them experience the profound benefits of this ancient practice. From breath awareness to visualization, meditation offers endless possibilities for calming the mind and finding inner stillness. 4. Nurturing the inner dialogue. While silencing the mind is essential, nurturing a positive and empowering inner dialogue is equally important. By inspiring others to replace negative self-talk with self-compassion and affirmation, we can help them cultivate a healthier relationship with themselves. Encouraging journaling, affirmations, and gratitude practices can be transformative in fostering a kinder and more supportive internal dialogue. 5. Embracing stillness in everyday life. Silencing the mind shouldn't be limited to meditation sessions alone. Encouraging others to embrace stillness in their daily lives can have a profound impact on their overall well-being. From connecting with nature to engaging in mindful activities like yoga or painting, finding moments of stillness amidst the chaos becomes a way of life. Conclusion. As we journey towards silencing our minds, we inspire others to embark on their own transformative path. By understanding the power of silence, cultivating mindfulness, embracing meditation, nurturing the inner dialogue, and embracing stillness in everyday life, we can guide others towards finding peace within. Together, we can create a world where internal dialogue no longer holds us captive, allowing us to experience the beauty and serenity of the present moment. Conclusion. The journey to a silent mind. In the quest to silence the mind, we embark on a transformative journey that leads us towards inner peace, clarity, and a deeper connection with ourselves and the world around us. Throughout this book, Silencing the Mind, a guide to ending internal dialogue, we have explored various techniques and practices to help us stop our internal dialogue and experience the profound benefits of a silent mind. As we conclude this subchapter, let us reflect on the key insights and takeaways from our journey. One of the fundamental realizations we have discovered is that our internal dialogue is not our true self. It is a constant stream of thoughts, judgments, and narratives that often lead us astray from the present moment. By becoming aware of this internal chatter, we can begin to detach ourselves from it and create a space for silence to emerge. Throughout the chapters, we have explored meditation as a powerful tool to cultivate a silent mind. By practicing mindfulness and observing our thoughts without judgment, we gradually learn to detach from them and experience moments of stillness. Regular meditation not only helps us to silence the mind but also allows us to cultivate a sense of inner calm, resilience, and emotional well-being. Another valuable insight we have gained is the importance of self-compassion and self-care. Often, our internal dialogue is filled with self-criticism, doubt, and negativity. By practicing self-compassion and treating ourselves with kindness, we can interrupt this cycle of negativity and create a more loving and nurturing inner environment. Taking care of our physical and mental well-being through exercise, healthy eating, and adequate rest also contributes to a quieter mind. Furthermore, we have explored the power of gratitude and present moment awareness in silencing the mind. By shifting our focus to the blessings and beauty that surround us, we can redirect our attention away from incessant thoughts and find solace in the present moment. Developing a gratitude practice and engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment can greatly contribute to a silent mind. In conclusion, the journey to a silent mind is not a destination but an ongoing process. It requires dedication, practice, and patience. By implementing the techniques and insights shared in this book, we can gradually cultivate a quieter mind, leading to greater clarity, peace, and a deeper connection with ourselves and the world. Let us embark on this journey with an open heart and a willingness to explore the depths of our being, knowing that a silent mind holds the key to unlocking our true potential. Thank you for reading this book. I hope you have benefited from the educational tips in it. Vahid M. Zekavati.